Good evening and a very warm welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to a very special charity show, aptly named the Battle of the Champions. Now, our contenders tonight are all champions in their own right. In fact, there may even be one or two familiar faces for you.
Yes, that's right, Ollie. And as she's already mentioned, all of the money tonight is going to charity. Every single one of you out there in the audience has kindly donated to the CVC, which is the Cancer Vaccine Campaign. And also, with kind generosity, we've been able to buy a Variety Club Sunshine Coach. And there it is, and that's going to be donated to the Alexander Patterson School. What a bus.
So let's get this show on the road. Will you please give a very warm welcome to the Ashes finalists, David Wallis and our very own Kerryn Sampey. Welcome back, Kerryn. Tell us, what have you been doing since I saw you last? Are you still studying?
Yeah, I've got my final year when I get back. I've been to Australia.
I know, you've been out there in the Ashes. What was Australia like?
Oh, fantastic. I went touring around, had a big, massive holiday, loved it. I didn't want to come back.
So now you're here. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh, yeah, we're just going to go out there, put on a good show, hopefully raise quite a bit of money for charity and, you know, have a laugh at the same time.
That's what we like to hear. Let's hear it for Kerryn Sampey.
Now, Dave, how does it feel? You're here competing on the Champion of Champions Gladiators. It's a big feat.
Yeah, well, the best are out there, but that's when you bring out your best.
And of course, you're one of the best. You were one of the Australian finalists.
Yeah, that was just, it was like something else. It was just fabulous.
Now, tell us, Dave, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a tour guide for a company called Kentucky, holidays for 18 to 35s all over Australia, Europe, Russia and Scandinavia. So I have a blast.
And how do you think you're going to do today?
We'll wait and see, but I've got a few surprises up my sleeve.
Anyone you're particularly worried about?
Warrior. I think he owes me a few.
All 19 stone of him. Off you go, Dave. Get yourself ready. Let's hear it for Dave. Now, the Australians are in their first year of competition, and already they've shown us they're a force to be reckoned with. So, please meet our Australian champions, Shane Saltmarsh and Bernie Withers. Come on, Shane.
Shane, a very warm welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself, whereabouts in Australia you're from and what you do.
Yeah, I'm from a city called Perth in Western Australia, and I'm a physical training instructor for the Army. It's my job to keep about 500 people in top fitness.
So I understand you must be quite fit. And what about your family? You got any children?
Yeah, I'm married, been married for 4 years, and I've got a 3.5-year-old son, and his name's Kyle.
And tonight, looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, it should be great. It's an honour to be able to compete here in front of this massive crowd here, Birmingham crowd.
To be representing your country. It's great to see you. Shane Saltmarsh, good luck.
Now, Bernie, you're one of our smallest contenders. How do you think you're going to do today?
Well, I'm pretty excited about being here today, and I'll just have to do my best. I'm up against the toughest in the world, so you never know what can happen.
Well, before you get yourself ready, just tell us, what do you do for a living?
I'm a student. I also teach children gymnastics. I teach at a circus school, adults and children, so I teach the trapeze.
Great stuff. Okay, off you go. Get yourself ready. Let's hear it for Bernie.
So last but by no means least, will you please put your hands together for our international champions, Eunice Huthart and 2 Scoops, Wesley Berry. Eunice Huthart, champion of the people, star, movie star. Tell us, what have you been up to since we saw you last? Been busy?
Yeah, I've been very busy, actually, and in the meantime, I've moved house, and I've got a porch out in my house.
Oh. Porch? I don't even have a porch. How's Kylie? She all right?
Yeah, she's excellent. She's over there. There she is, right. She's so wishes I was a cheerleader instead of on Gladiators. She thinks the cheerleaders are the best.
Well, I think they are too, but that's between the two of us. Now, tell us, you've been in the Bond movie as well, which I'm sure a lot of people have been out to see. How was that? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was exceptional. It was unbelievable, and I know Pierce, my mate's watching now, so hi Pierce.
Oh.
See you later.
Oh, first name turn, say no more. So you're looking forward to competing tonight?
Yeah, it's for charity, so we're just going to put on a good show, have a really good laugh, and hope that everybody out there enjoys it.
I'm sure they will. Eunice Huthart, good luck.
Now, Scoops, you are never without confidence. But tell us, since the last time we saw you, what have you been doing with yourself?
Well, outside of playing American football, I've been traveling around encouraging young people to stay in school and continue their education.
And are you taking it seriously today?
Well, I'm out here to have fun and put on a good show for the people in Birmingham who received me so well, and we're going to see what's going to happen.
Because, I mean, last year you became a bit of a legend here. You realise that?
Yes, I do, and I'm just looking forward to being the same old happy, high energetic person for the people who watch the show.
Scoops, before you get yourself ready, everybody out there wants to hear you give us a little one of those raps. Come on.
Yeah, I know you came to see a good show, so praises to God, Birmingham, here we go! To Wesley Berry, yes!
So, ladies and gentlemen, in the name of charity, let the games begin.
Sphere, it's Kerryn! And in the blue sphere, it's Bernie! And in the yellow, it's Eunice! And they're going to be facing Zodiac! And Jets! And Vogue! Over to John Anderson.
Jackpots for smoke.
They're working.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1!
A minute's worth of metallic mayhem in the Atmospheres arena. From up here, it looks like a giant lottery draw. There's the clash of the cages. Now it's every girl for herself. Kerryn in orange stalled there. But Bernie in blue gets the free, just gets the smoke and smuts. So does the cameraman. Kerryn rolling for pod 3. Zodiac, our Mystic Meg in the metal crystal, not predicting that. Bernie with a big push on Jet, switches direction. And Zodiac moonwalking in her atmosphere, marking Kerryn out of it. Eunice in yellow, appeared in the Bond film GoldenEye, now she's in Thunderball. Here's Kerryn. Wide of pod 3, and Eunice struggling against Vogue, makes the break, finds some space, oh, she can't make it pay, and Vogue doesn't have to hit the Huthart. And we can see the great marking job by the Glads. Here's Kerryn forced wide by Zodiac, but Eunice is there, onto the pod and off the mark, on and off before the smoke fires. Bernie having a battle with Jet, but the time's up. Good work by Jet, Vogue and Zodiac. Among the contenders, the honour's even. Australia's champion Bernie right there, blue, only once beat Jet. Our own Kerryn managed to find a chink in Zodiac's atmosphere armour, and Eunice outsprinted Jet to collect her points. So after one event, the three girls are all on 3.
Moving straight into the men's, and in the yellow sphere, it's Shane! And in the blue, it's David! And the orange is 2 Scoops! And they're going to be facing our gladiators, Arena! The Mighty Warrior! And Trojan! Over to John Anderson.
Jackpots for smoke.
Well, there's no smoke without fire, and these 6 guys are ready to burn up the track.
Ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1!
Well, if I was John Anderson, I'd be running out of there, not strolling. Here they come! David in blue gets his globe into reverse against Warrior. David scored 10 against Warrior on the pyramid in the recent Ashes tournaments. Australia's Shane in yellow, very quick for 3 points on pod 3. Raider of the lost cause, nowhere to be seen. Forget leg ache, David's still getting earache from Warrior. Wesley in orange there at the foot of your screen, cornered. Shane with plenty of space, can't make it pay. He's cornered himself as well. So much heavy metal down there. Traffic's busy, David working hard. Here we go. Oh, Warrior denies him again. Oh, David headlong into Shane. Wesley on the right has found space against Trojan. A free run. Here he comes. Oh, just off target. Shane on pot 4. Getting by far the easiest right of the three contenders as David is again edged out by Warrior. We're well out of time here. And after that, the only thing sore must be Warrior's larynx. Shane, the convincing winner. But his first points were so simple to score. And his second lot were even easier. Smokes it on 4. So after one event, Shane scoops up 6 while Wesley and David notch up nout.
And first up on the pendulum, it's Eunice. She's going to be facing Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Set the pendulum.
Well, suddenly everyone in the crowd wants to be Andre Bremin.
3, 2, 1.
60 seconds of clinging and swinging. Eunice against Lightning, who will be making an early bolt for the contender. This, one of the toughest events for gladiators and commentators alike. Lightning wondering what's round the corner. Eunice's dear old gran in the front. There was nothing like this in her day. Eunice, with that flag attached to her back, she's got to keep that out of Lightning's grasp to score 10 points. And Lightning is moving fast, closing on Eunice. This guy is like a crazed policeman on traffic duty. And it looks like Eunice is going to score 5 points for lasting 40 seconds on the pendulum without being caught. Oh, and look at Lightning closing her down. This gladiator, superb all-rounder, which certainly helps on this event. Eunice fans delirious there. But her yellow flag still intact, time running down. Lightning knows she'll get one crack at it. Is she there? Just a hair breadth away? No, Eunice leans out of reach and secures the 10 points. Great pendulum from Eunice. Her dad on the right stands to acknowledge her. In those closing seconds, Lightning was desperately close to snatching the points away from Eunice. It doesn't get any nearer than that. Oh, all that. Next on the pendulum, it's Australia's Bernie Withers, who'll be trying to evade the Zodiac.
3, 2, 1.
Pendulum, a new piece of kit for Bernie. The Australian gladiators have yet to add it to their stable of events. And Zodiac, one of the fastest and finest finishers on the pendulum. Already Zodiac closing down Bernie, but oh, she's taken a flyer. Well, I was just saying how good she is in this event, and she tumbles after 14 seconds. Who'd have believed that? Zodiac moving with such confidence and speed, maybe a little too confident, took her eye off the giant ball and found herself in the net. Next on the pendulum, the smiling face of Kerryn Sampey being chased by the equally happy Falcon. But earlier, the Ashes champion spoke about her prize.
As you know, I won a Harley Davidson. It's like a dream come true bike. At the moment, I think it's somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic being shipped across. So when I do get out, I'm going to be roaring around the streets. So watch out, 'cause if you see a mad chick on a motorbike, it's probably me.
3, 2, 1.
Kerryn, our Yorkshire-born student, her favourite events are Powerball and the Eliminator, and her favourite sport, gymnastics, none of which will be of any use up there on pendulum. And Kerryn moving awkwardly. There's Mum and Dad. And Falcon scuttling round. Kerryn's in her sight. She's got up! Mark, her brother on the left with Pete and Trish, her Mum and Dad, and a superb win for Falcon. Kerryn was never a match for the Flying Falcon, who flags her down with ease. Which means after 2 events, Eunice and Bernie go to 13, while Kerryn remains on 3.
So now we move into the men's event with Shane. And he's going to be facing the Wolfman.
Set the pendulum.
The Wolf is said to be afraid of heights, but he needn't worry, he'll never attain any. Shane Saltmarsh, the Australian runner-up of the International Gladiators. Shane, a physical trainer for the Australian Army Special Services Regiment, but can he cope with a foe like Wolf? Wolf moving well round the equator, but he can't match the speed of the younger contender. Shane creeping northwards, but that will cut down the surface area available to him to continue to escape. As a gander, yes, there's that evil face looming over the horizon. Shane looking to run rings round him, and Wolf's got to work out another battle plan. Shane's already stuffed 5 points in his tucker bag for surviving the 40. And he's hardly been hounded by the Wolf in this event. Wolf changing direction, looking to sneak up on Shane. The other way. Shane knows something's up from the reaction of the crowd, but Wolf's left it far too late. And it's going to be full marks to the Australian contender and 10 points. Well, in the replay, it eventually dawned on Wolf that he couldn't catch Shane, so he opted to change direction, but all too late. Now Shane comes downstairs for a chat.
Well, Shane, it's my great pleasure to say you really ran circles around the Wolfman.
Yeah, there's plenty of room to run around up there, and all I had to do is match him in speed, and the Wolf is 42 and I'm 28, so...
And you looked really at ease up there. I mean, you were just walking across the pendulum.
Yeah, most of these games are for contenders. A bit of agility, helps, and certainly helped me up there today.
It's not often that I have to say this, but you used a rather clever tactic up there, I thought, by catching him out and going around the wrong way. Nearly surprised him.
It's difficult. He's a very fast guy, and I just think he was very lucky.
For a change. Let's hear it for the Wolfman and for Shane. Well done, 10 points.
Well, that's not fair. This crowd ought to have respect for this elderly old gladiator.
It's not funny.
Oh, I don't know. Ow! Well, the Wolf always huffs and puffs, but only to get his breath back. Wolf-tastic bait. Meanwhile, on the pendulum, Wesley's ready to swing, and he's very content to be facing Raider.
3, 2, 1.
Wesley Berry from the US of A, an American footballer used to coping with a ball that's much smaller and a completely different shape. Apart from that, the two are quite similar. Wesley trying to second-guess from which direction Raider will be coming. Wesley's only had limited practice on the pendulum, but he's coping well and seems to have got the measure of where Raider's coming from. The Raider moving smoothly, but the American is just so fast. In this event, the longer it goes on, the more the Gladiators' chances of snatching victory diminish. Wes heads south. Not the best of battle plans, but it seems to have outwitted Raider, who could do with a bit of radar up there. And Wes has stalled a bit, but at least he's got 5 points in the bank. It looks like Raider wasted his money taking all those extra pendulum lessons from Wolf. Raider with a lost cause here, I'm afraid. Wes has only got to ride it out and enjoy the view for 10 superb points. There's the whistle, and Wes flees to pull the maximum. In the replay, you can see Raider never really got to grips with the pendulum or with the agility of this remarkable International Gladiators contender champion. But the next two up are ready to go. Australia's David will be stalked by Huthart.
3, 2, 1.
And David will have to have it away on his toes, a bit lively if he's to keep out of the way of this gladiator. Hunter's gone out of his way to try and catch everything and everyone this year, and has become a real master of both the power events and the technical disciplines. Oh, and David is motoring, but it's just as well. Hunter is looming over him like a menacing shadow. David scrambling southwards, hoping the power of the pendulum will impede the big man's progress. David staying low, and Hunter seems to have lost the initiative for the moment. And Hunter figuring out what to do next. Decides to go north where the swing's less. David chilling it out at the South Pole, but you can really see how vicious the swing is down there. He's pulled his 5, and David showing remarkable strength just to hang on. Hunter coming round. to have another crack at David's flag. Hunter getting in a bit of a tangle, and Hunter's nearly there. Oh, David's in trouble. Can he hold on? No, he's caught in the net with just under 3 seconds till the time up, and the crowd fired up by that nail biter. And that means that after 2 events, Shane's on 16, Wesley 10, and David 5.
So still to come, hit and run, duel and pyramid. Join us after the break here for the Battle of the Champions on Gladiators.
Welcome back, and we're ready for our next event. And the first up to run the bridge is Eunice! And she's going to be running against Amazon and Panther! And Jet and Nightshade!
Earlier, Eunice told us how her success has helped with good causes.
I've been doing loads of stuff with kids. The adulation I've gained from kids is second to none. That's probably what I appreciate most. I say to kids, like my daughter doesn't listen to me, but other kids do, so at least I'm getting through to someone anyway.
30 seconds to traverse the bridge with 2 points for each successful demolition run. Eunice certainly looks to have the measure of the swings on this crossing. 2 points. Back for more, easily out-sprints the demolition balls again, turns for another go. Eunice making a mockery out of the Gladiators' attempts to knock her off, back again. The speed of this girl's incredible. Eunice's timing impeccable. Here she comes for another 2 points. Look at this, on her way for another 2. The Gladiators might as well pack up and go home. A real point-scoring powerhouse and a real bridge of size for the Gladiators. 12 points there. And Carly's delighted. Eunice's combination of skill and speed and quick thinking on her feet certainly took the Glad out of being a gladiator. Up on the bridge next, it's Australia's champion, Bernie.
3, 2, 1.
And Bernie judging her run well. Oh, and if a ball's in your path, just knock it out of the way. 2 points, and back for more. Sheer speed on the bridge for another 2. Third run. Dodging and weaving. Bernie's really got to grips with this event. Turns round for her 4th run. Once again, remarkable footwork wins her the points. Back again, and Bernie looks to be another contender the Gladiators can't come to terms with. 2 more. Bernie really getting her teeth into this bridge work. Another 2. And back for more. The Australian domestic champion banks her 12 points. For the Gladiators, it was a bridge too far. This was about as close as they got, but even then it was just a glancing blow. Next, onto the hit-and-run bridge, is the Ashes champion, Kerryn Sampey.
3, 2, 1.
Well, the Gladiators will be going all out to prevent a clean sweep against them. Kerryn ducking and diving to claim 2 points. Here she comes again, very fast. Oh, that's nasty. Pinned to the bridge by the neck. Kerryn clocks up 2 more, though. But her technique of going low is proving clumsy. Back for more. Having said that, going low helped that time. 2 more, and here she comes again. Times it beautifully. Well, in the close season, the first thing the Gladiators will have to work on is their hit-and-run timing. Kerryn scoring consistently. Time's up, and the Gladiators are tamed. Kerryn got 10 points, something to smile about. After 3 events, Eunice and Bernie move up to 25, while Kerryn is 12 points adrift on 13.
Now let's watch the men. And the first up to run the bridge is Shane. And he's going to be facing the Trojan and Warrior. The Saracen and the Raider. Oh, what a John Anderson.
3, 2, 1.
Well, it's a welcome return to our old mate Saracen. Back in action, fully recovered from an arm injury. Shane scores 2, but he'll find the going tougher than the girls. 2 more, but the Gladiators really hurl those demolition balls. Shane again. Oh, just there, 2 more. Shane versus another lot of cowboys with demolition balls. 2 more. Sprinting back for another traverse. Just makes it with a dive. Shane letting the conflicting traffic clear out of the way. Takes a hit, but it doesn't move him. 2 more. Time for a final run to add insult to injury for the Gladiators. Yes! A great hit and run for Shane. That was easier than crossing Sydney Harbour Bridge in the rush hour. Shane dismounts with 14 points in the bank.
Well done, Shane. You went for it, didn't you?
Mate, I've been looking forward to this game for so long. We had it in Australia, but I never got it all the way through my series. But now I've had it, I love it.
I mean, what were you expecting?
Points, points, and more points.
Oh, you certainly got them. You got yourself 14 points.
Excellent.
Well done, Shane. And next up to face the Gladiators is Two Scoops. Over to John Anderson.
Well, if I was to put money on anybody, Wesley would be my man. We know how nimble he is. Wesley slightly built him. People are like, oh, my goodness. What happened there? Scoops is skittled over and out in 3.
What happened?
Well, I'm saying I'm a man, they're a man. I told him I wasn't going to stop. I was just going to go for it. Ain't no fake, ain't no shake. Just go for it, and that's what I did.
And you were psyching yourself up. You looked so confident as well.
I feel kind of good about it, but you know, what happened, happened, so it's all right.
Okay, let's hear it for Two Scoops.
Wesley's wife there, Galina, can still cheer her hero.
The last of our contenders to run is David. Over to John Anderson.
3, 2, 1.
Here comes David. Dives for cover as the bombs fly overhead. Crawls his way to the first 2 points. David comes back for more. Keeps his head down, his nose clean, and pockets the points. Back for another traverse. Easily outpaces the bombardment. David having better luck with these smaller sphericals than he had with our larger model, the Pendulum. 2 more. Back he comes. He's hit. They've got him. David's winning streak comes to an abrupt halt. Good while it lasted. After 3 events, Shane looks good. David's not badly placed, but Wesley will almost certainly fail to make the cut if he fails to score in our next event.
And first up on duel, it's Eunice. And she's going to be facing Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
On guard. 3, 2.
Well, this is no way to treat a lady. Squaring up to swing the roundhouses. Both girls at it, hammer and tongs. Lightning, a consummate duelist, and Eunice, a contact sport devotee. Lightning unleashing a ferocious cavalcade of blows. But Eunice digging in and matching her hit for hit. Both girls highly skilled on the platform. They've both taken the best the other has to offer. Now it's a question of digging deep into the courage bank and then some. Eunice will know she's been in a battle and this is over. Forget Goldeneye. This one's more like Black-Eye. Miss Huthart is hit hard, but Lightning just can't finish it. 5 points, Eunice's dad Carl and her mum Anne. Lightning unbalanced Eunice more than once. Eunice came fighting back, lost away a second time, but withstood the punishment.
Next up, it's Bernie. And she's going to be facing Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
On guard.
Well, earlier, Bernie told me what she thought of her fellow champion contenders.
Up against me tonight is Kerryn and Eunice. It should be an interesting competition. Eunice is holding a lot of titles, but she has been beaten before, and I'll just be out there giving it my best shot.
Bernie will be giving it her best shot, but she'll also have to withstand the best shots that Falcon can deliver. And here they go. And both sending in bombs from every direction. And Falcon tying her up a little. Cops one on the bounce. Bernie, the reigning Australian Gladiators champion. She's not flown all this way to mess about, but Falcon is a superb all-round gladiator. She'll be making Bernie work for every point. Oh, Falcon off balance there. Bernie can't make it pay. Falcon comes back. It's a battle royal right to the end. The bugle stick still flying. And 5 points for Bernie. Tremendous battle. Bernie tried to get the Falcon in a bit of a flap, attempted all sorts of strange moves, but Falcon saw the gap, punished her severely with several good clips round the ear. Whoa.
And finally up on duel, it's Kerryn. She's going to be facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
On guard. 3, 2, 1.
Kerryn and Vogue just up there really for the workout. Even with a 10-point knockout, Kerryn won't score enough to make the cut to continue to the next stages of the competition. John Anderson going on about something. Whatever he said, it wasn't in English. Vogue's first ever duel, forcing herself to beat out a phenomenal fusillade of fury. Kerryn swinging as best as she can, but Vogue knows her reputation is always on the line and will give no quarter. Kerryn has done well to withstand everything Vogue's thrown at her. And picks up her 5 points. The Ashes champion, Kerryn Sampey, gave her best. There's the family, Mark, Pete and Trish. And here comes Kerryn herself.
Well, Kerryn, it was quite a good fight. You looked a little bit vulnerable on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, in the end I got a couple right round the head, which was good, but good fight.
It certainly was. I mean, she's quite a tough fighter in the end.
Definitely, it was my debut up on the duel tonight. So
Enjoy it?
I did, actually. I was a bit surprised. I thought I wasn't going to, but Kerryn's a good competitor, so it's quite an even fight. Being a gymnast, she's got good balance, so it's tough to get her off, but well done, Kerryn.
Yes, well done. You picked up 5 points, but I'm afraid those 5 points are really not enough to take you into the next round. What happens at this stage is we have to, unfortunately, say goodbye to our lowest scoring contender. And I'm afraid the 5 points brings you up to 18 points, and the other 2 girls are on 30. So I'm afraid, I'm very reluctant to let you go, because you're a good fighter, and it's been great to have you on the show. But can everybody just give a warm round of applause for Kerryn? She's put in a great fight tonight. And thank you very much for coming on the show. Let's hear it for Kerryn Sampey and for Vogue.
With the crowd giving Kerryn a resounding cheer, we see that Eunice and Bernie will go into the 5th round neck and neck on 30 each.
So we now move into the men's event with Shane. And he's going to be facing Raider. Over to John Anderson.
On guard!
Well, we move up a couple of weights now to the heavyweight division. Raider has conceded a fair few points tonight in atmospheres and on pendulum. He'll be looking to make a comeback. Oh, good combination. Jabs. Roundhouse. Pile driver. Oh, he stepped across. He was over anxious to get stuck in. Raider happy with that. The American supporter not so unwilling to show his glee. Looking at it again, Raider was masterful on that pugil platform. Ducked the roundhouse, forced Shane to overcook it.
Next up on the duel, it's 2 scoops. And he's going to be facing Hunter.
Earlier, Wesley told me what it's like to be an international champion.
I guess my lifestyle has really turned around a lot because of the internationals, and it's showing its tapes all across the world. I've been able to reach many more young people, to let them know to be a role model is not just to be a big guy on television, but to have the right personality, the right attitude, to be friendly with all those of different colors. It really doesn't matter what color you are, just as long as you're trying to be a good person helping others.
We all echo Wesley's sentiments there, but for the next 30 seconds, Scoops has to concentrate on picking the points up or he's out of there. Hunter will be trying to stop him, but look at this combination. Roundhouses and lots of jabs. He's got him. Hunter's gone. The big guy is down. Jab from the platform, and Wesley Scoops 10 points. He needed the points, and what a way to get them. The first dual KO the Hunter's endured. I think Wesley's rather pleased with himself.
You wouldn't be happy by any chance, would you?
Yeah, I'm happy. I have much respect for Hunter. Hunter's great as an all-around gladiator, and I know when he brings it, he don't cut you a scoop short. He comes with the whole box of scoops.
Well, let me tell you, you really needed to pick up 10 points, and you did it.
I feel great about it, because Hunter told me he was going to get me. But no, his fellas told me he was going to get me, but I'm just proud to be a part of this charity event.
I bet you weren't ready for that one.
No, a lot of ducking and diving. He uses his head a bit more than his power. I did a few aimless swings and I was hitting air, lost my balance, and the scoops have got me off.
Certainly did. Let's hear it for 2 scoops and for Hunter.
I'm a bit sad now.
Well, the crowd aren't.
Next up, it's David. And he's going to be facing the Mighty Warrior. Over to John Anderson.
On guard!
Well, now the boot is on the other foot, and David needs to score to stay in the tournament. But how can he possibly survive this hammering from Warrior? Warrior throwing 19 stones into every blow. Oh, he's got him. David flies off the platform and out of the competition. The Warrior victorious. One of the few times that Post has seen action tonight.
Oh, David. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, I've had a pretty rough draw tonight. He's almost twice the size, but I thought well, at least I stayed up there for a few blows.
He's a big guy. I mean, you don't stand much of a chance with a guy like that.
Yeah, all I could do was try and outbox him and take a few blows and hope he'd overstep the mark, but didn't go my way. At least I stayed up for a few seconds.
You certainly did, but you didn't pick up any points, and unfortunately, once again, we have to get rid of one of our contenders, our lowest scoring contender, and that would be you, by virtue of the fact that Wesley Two Scoops picked up a full 10 points. So what I want to know is, did you enjoy yourself?
I had a blast. It was really good, but that's the way it goes. So
it certainly is, and I hope you'll come back to England some other time and join us here on Gladiators.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Come on, everybody, let's hear it for David.
So Wesley blasts himself back into the frame with that 10-point victory, but he still trails the other Australian, Shane, by 10 points. Next event.
Foot of the pyramid, it's Eunice and Bernie. And tonight they're going to be facing Lightning and Jet. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready!
Two consummate gladiators against two consummate contenders. Lightning against Eunice and Jet against Bernie. And Lightning with the first intercept bundles Eunice down. Jet takes a flyer to get to grips with Bernie. And Lightning trying to recover her position. Jet driving Bernie wide. Lightning very high. Defending that summit only a step or two from the top. Gets a tackle in on Eunice. Oh, but Eunice gets a lucky break. She must be on for the 10 points at the top. No, Lightning's caught up. Can you believe this gladiator? Fantastic recovery from Lightning. Discards Eunice with contempt. Revenge for the 5 she conceded on Jewel. Oh, Jet with a late tackle. And runs Bernie down to the base of the pyramid. Eunice with bags of energy. Won't give up, giving Lightning the runaround. Eunice coming right. Lightning's covering her. Lightning's blown it! Lightning up and over, and Eunice is the queen of the pyramid, climbs to the top and slaps home the 10 points. Only moments to go and Bernie will come away empty-handed. Oh, the referee blows the whistle on an extraordinary pyramid. You've got to admire Eunice, she never gave up. Eunice's husband, Mark, there. In the replay, Eunice 5 steps from heaven, scampers right, Lightning dives, completely misjudges it and leaves Eunice to take advantage of the unforced error. It's not like Lightning to go over the top, but Eunice scores 10. After 5 events, life begins at 40 for Eunice, while Bernie stays on 30.
So we now move into the men's event with Shane and Two Scoops. They're going to be facing Hunter and the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1!
So Hunter looking for revenge on Wesley and Wolf on Shane. Wesley going right, and the Gladiators in a heck of a mix-up. Hunter back covering that flank, takes a couple of snipes at Wesley, and Wolf comes tumbling down with Shane in his claws. Shane fast to recover. Wolf grabs a piece on the mat and climbs to cover. Wesley gets heaved to the floor by the Hunter. Wesley fast to recover, but Hunter's faster to get back into position. Wolf and Shane impede Wesley. Wesley going up in the world. Hunter has stopped him, brings him back down to earth with a heck of a slam. Hunter holding Wesley down just long enough to get back on the pyramid. Wolf making hard work of grappling Shane to the floor, and once again they nearly take Wesley out. Shane being held by Wolf. Wesley on the left flank, Hunter singing Roll Up the Barrel as he sings Wesley again. Again Hunter, slow to release his man. Shane and Wolf look as if they've both had enough, and Wesley and Hunter look none too fresh either. Shane trying a break, but he's left it too late. And I think even I need a sit-down after that. Wesley's wife, Galena, on the right, leading the applause. But it looked like the contenders were headed for the top when they split wide and the Gladiators got themselves in a muddle in the middle. But Wolf and Hunter did very well to capture their respective prey.
Well, I thought you were going to get up there, mate, but Hunter proved too good for you.
Well, you know, I was going to do my best, but I figured that, hey, you know, he owed me something after the duel, so I told him come with his best shot because I'm coming with my 2 scoops.
And what about you, Shane? The Wolfman even gave you a tough time.
Yeah, this is one of the best games, and if you get to the top, it's the best feeling hitting that buzzer, but not tonight, so this time the Wolf was very, very lucky.
Oh! There's a threat back behind one. Let's hear it for 2 scoops, and for Shane. Never mind.
Wolfman, congratulations. That really was a great performance. I've got to hand it to you.
What I'd like to say is, when we did Pendulum, he said he's 28, and he's a bit young for me, but I'm 43, but I didn't think he was very fast, did you?
I think he was fast, but I think on the day you were faster, Wolf. Take your hat off to you.
Thank you. It goes to prove that where there's a will, there's a way. And I had no intention to let them get up.
Well done. Let's hear it for the Wolfman and Hunter. Great stuff.
Oh, don't shake hands. After 5 events, Shane stays on 30, Wesley on 20.
Looming just around the corner is the Eliminator. Join us after the break to find out who will be our champion of champions here on Gladiators. Time in the Battle of the Champions. Now, in the women's competition, Bernie's on 30 points, Eunice is on 40 points. That's a 10-point difference, giving Eunice a 5-second head start. Best of luck to both girls. Over to John Anderson.
Eunice, you will go on my first whistle. Bernie, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Eunice has only ever lost on this Eliminator once. That was in the final of the Ashes against Kerryn Sampey. Here comes Bernie Withers, the Australian champion. High and low hurdles. Eunice on the rope. What's she doing? It's almost as if she's going up in slow motion, and Bernie closing that deficit right down, heaves herself up. Eunice on the ladder. Eunice's husband and dad both on their feet. Eunice on the rollers with Bernie very close behind her. This looks as if it's going right down to the wire, and they can hardly bear to watch it. But Eunice looks to be taking control of the nets, climbing well, hits the top. This course designed to test upper body strength and lower body strength onto the zip. But Bernie has closed the gap again. Here she comes, splash down. And Bernie, a nanosecond behind her. Eunice will come to the furthest balance beam. The crowd go crazy. Eunice stumbling and all sorts up there on the beam as Bernie sprints through to take the lead. Bernie steps back for a run-up, and Eunice just goes for it. Eunice powering it up. Oh, she's blown it! Bernie with the run-up now. Has she got the legs? No, she stumbles. She takes the fast track to the floor as well. Eunice will be devastated if she repeats that Ashes final performance. Here she comes again, driving herself to meet the ultimate challenge. She's there! Drags herself to the top and to victory. The 1996 champion of champions, Eunice Huthart. And Mark is smiling again. Bernie Withers from Australia, a great contender. She hasn't come all this way to be beaten by a pommy eliminator. Enormous strides up the travelator, head held high, arms pumping. She's there. A credit to herself and her country. Through the burst and straight off the mat.
You have to be called the champion of champions now.
Yeah, I've done it. And I think as from this day, after that eliminator and travelator, I don't think my little ticket can take it anymore.
You're not going to retire on us, are you?
I'm going to hang up my knee pads and my elbow pads and my gum shield. And I think I'm going to call it a day after this. But I'll tell you what, I cannot do it without the British crowd behind me. And that's what does it for me.
Well, congratulations. You worked hard. And you're the champion now. Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Whoa, That was spectacular stuff. I think you actually caught Eunice up on the cargo net. The zip line was a little bit hard for you, and then of course the travelator. Many people have fallen there. But take your trophy anyway, and have you enjoyed it?
I've had a fantastic time. Actually, I've had a special motivation tonight. A very special little girl that I used to teach in gymnastics died of cancer, so even just completing this, I feel like it was a fantastic cause, a worthwhile one.
Well done, Bernie. Congratulations. Well done.
Congratulations indeed, Bernie. Eunice is with her family.
I had my bread pudding before the game. That's what I did it. This is the bread pudding maker. This is what started the second World War. My nan's bread pudding, you know.
Must try it myself. In the men's competition, Shane's 10-point lead boils down to a hefty 5-second advantage at the start of this championship eliminator course.
Shane, you will go on my first whistle. Wesley, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2...
Australia's Shane Saltmarsh sets off, attempting to become the 1996 champion of champions. Here comes Wesley Two Scoops Berry from the US of A, up and over the hurdles like Spring Hill Jack. Shane up the rope, and Wesley closing him down all the time. Onto the bikes. Wesley's wife, Galina, there. And look at her husband go, a tour de force on the Tour de France. Shane touches down, bounds across the rolling beams onto the cargo net. Wesley joins in, Wesley climbing like a man possessed. Galina hoping and praying. But as they hit the top, Wesley hits the front. Wesley takes the furthest sip. The American football star is motoring. Here he comes for a touchdown. And Shane sees his championship chances slowly disappearing. Wesley onto the balance beam. Incredibly quick. Galina urging him on. Travelator next. Storms up the track like he wasn't there. And the fastest ever eliminator in the history of Gladiators. 47 seconds. Wesley Berry is the champion of champions. He came from behind. Shane Saltmarsh finishes his eliminator against any other contender. His would have been a winning time.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations! Yeah. I want to say, first of all, I thank God for my health and my strength, to all the young children who are staying in school and being positive, to my lovely wife, and to everybody in Birmingham and around the world. God bless you all.
You are a champion of champions. Well done.
Yeah, you know, it's like the race is never given to the swift or to the strong, but you got to stand it to the end. All I can say to my colleague, Shane, he's a great champion, great man.
Well done. You are a super athlete. Champion of champions, Wesley Two Scoops Berry!
Well, Shane, you put up a great fight. You provided us with a terrific eliminator and an end to the show. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great. Since Gladiators started in Australia, we've all heard about Two Scoops, how fast this was over the eliminator. And I knew I needed a 10-second start, because that's not human.
Well, I hope we won't provide you with too much excess luggage here, but you're going to have to take this little mama home. And thank you so much for coming on the show. We've thoroughly enjoyed having you. Let's hear it for Shane.
Thank you, Birmingham.
To the victor, the spoils.
My wife.
Yes, Galina, who's been right behind Two Scoops. And she wants to claim it, but does she realise she's got to polish it?
Well, Fash, what a cracking end to the Battle of the Champions, and we certainly have found our champions in Eunice, Huthart and Wesley Two Scoops Berry.
Ollie, it's been absolutely amazing and, of course, record-breaking.
But, of course, you can join us for more action in the near future here on Gladiators.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Jim Bowen guides us through a game of Bullseye next, here on Challenge, the home of game shows. With The Chase back tonight at 9, Mark the Beast Labette thinks the standard of quizzing in Britain is much higher than it was 20 or 30 years ago. Will it be him in the hot seat? Find out a bit later.